Hello, YouTube. It's the Utopian Buddha. So Carl Jung talks about this thing called archetypal possession, right? You are possessed by archetypes, which are contents, which Jung defines archetypes as the contents of the collective unconscious, right? It's like the spiritual side of instincts, right? It's like the spiritual side of, we have instincts as biological organisms, right? When we interact with the environment, certain behaviors naturally spring out of our instinctual repertoire in order to engage with the world in the way that our instincts demand, right? In the way that our instincts want us to behave. Well, there's things called archetypes, which are like spiritual instincts, right? Spiritual intelligences that have been woven into our social cultural psyche over eons of evolution, right? The hero archetype, the savior archetype, the great mother archetype. So all of these archetypes exist in the collective unconscious. And they if you're in an environment, if number one, you are open to these archetypes, if you are spiritually aware enough, if you have broken down the boundaries between your ego and your unconscious to a great degree, and you're open to the influence of these archetypes, and if you're in an environment where these archetypes are operating, where these archetypes have been activated, if you're in an energy field and where these archetypes have been activated, you are actually possessed by these archetypes. This is what happened to me when I went to the place called Yogaville. So you get possessed by these saintly or spiritual or savior vibe archetypes, savior vibrations, I guess you could call it. Or you could get possessed by the dark archetypes, right? There are a lot of dark archetypes in Yogaville as well that people have been getting possessed by, and that's much more. It's minimal. It's not as strong as the good archetypes as there are in Yogaville, because Yogaville has been saturated by the bliss of Shivananda, who's a much greater being than Satchidananda. So the dark archetypes are very minimal in Yogaville.
It is thought which is the propelling force in us. Fill the mind with the highest thoughts. Hear them day after day. Think them month after month. Never mind failures. They are quite natural. They are the beauty of life, these failures. What would life be without them? It would not be worth having if it were not for struggles. What would be the poetry of life? Never mind the struggles, the mistakes.
He who wants to enter the realms of light must make a bundle of all shopkeeping religion and cast it away before he can pass the gates. It is not that you do not get what you pray for. You get everything, but it is low, vulgar, a beggar's religion. He who speculates as to what awaits him in the future accomplishes nothing whatsoever. What you have understood as true and good, just do that at once. Namaste.